my channel. Yes, we are in a different location. I just felt like the vibe was very cozy, casual today, so I am in bed, but not in bed, more so on bed. I don't think that's as weird. But today we are talking about our flop era, our manifestation flop era. The 5 reasons why your manifestations are flopping. There is nothing more annoying than having a manifestation that you want to come to fruition so freaking badly and it's just not happening. But thankfully these things can be fixed and we can get our manifestations back on track very easily, so that's what we're gonna talk about in today's video. Before we get into it, if you're into manifestation, mindset, vlogs, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I have a whole playlist on the real tea on manifestation, a playlist with vlogs. We're getting into it every single week over here, so go ahead and subscribe if you are not already. And without further ado, let's get into why we're in our manifestation flop era and how the hell we're gonna get out of it. I believe in us, we're good, we're gonna be good. Reason number 1, you're moving with scarcity instead of abundance. How do you know you're doing this? You're constantly worried that your manifestation's not gonna happen. You have a ton of doubt. And you move as if every chance you get to bring your manifestation to fruition is gonna be the last chance you're ever gonna have. Here's the thing about the whole scarcity/abundance mindset thing. Your mindset creates your entire reality. Straight up. Y'all, we gotta understand, we are manifesting all the time, whether we recognize it or not. And if you constantly have a scarcity mindset, you are manifesting scarcity. It's a cycle, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So for example, this is like when you're going out on a first date and you're walking into the place and you're like, oh, what if he doesn't like me? Like, it took me so long to actually swipe on someone that I actually like. What if this doesn't work out? I'm never gonna find love ever. Or you're walking into a job interview and you're like, oh, what if this job interview goes terribly? It took me so long to even get to the interview stage. This is never gonna happen for me again. I better kill it or else I'm done for. When we think that way, we are actively inviting that energy. Like attracts like. So you need to make sure that you're aligning your energy and your mindset with the goal that you're trying to reach. I'm gonna give you an example from my actual life. So I create social media content for brands, right? I started doing this like 2 years ago. And when brands first started reaching out to me, I treated every single brand deal like it was the last deal I was ever gonna have. And I would just accept anything, even if they were trying to pay me in a moisturizer and a pair of jeans, okay? I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna take what I can get. I'm just trying to survive out here. I had a major scarcity mindset problem because I genuinely was like, okay, all of these brands are offering to pay me in lip gloss. I'm never gonna find a paying client, so I might as well just take the lip gloss and just see what happens. It was a dark time. At a certain point, I had to stop accepting a pair of slippers as payment because I don't know about y'all, but my landlord does not accept slippers and lip gloss and perfume instead of money for rent. So I kind of had to come up with something else. And I actually got some advice from another content creator, and she just told me, start saying no. When brands are trying to gift you things, say no. You'll get paying clients. As soon as you start saying no to the ones that don't pay, the ones that do pay will come along. And I was like, how does that work? But okay. Y'all, when I started saying no, I swear I started attracting more paying clients. And I feel like I started to get the respect of the clients who were trying to pay me in jeans because they were like, oh, she knows her value, she knows her worth. Okay, let's rethink this whole thing a little bit. But when you're stuck in this loop of this scarcity mindset, it can be a really hard habit to break, and I don't wanna act like there's some sort of one-sentence solution where you get rid of your scarcity mindset and start actually believing that good things are coming your way. Like, this is not an easy fix, but you can make the substitution in smaller increments over time. What I mean by that is write it out. Write it out in your journal. Y'all know I love a good journal moment. Write out, the possibilities for me are limitless. I am open to endless opportunities. I'm grateful for the abundance that I have right here and now. And on top of that, start saying no. Start saying no to the relationships with these bad people who aren't gonna give you the respect that you deserve because you know that there are people out there who will actually treat you right. Start saying no to the clients who disrespect you and try to take advantage of you because you know that there are other clients out there who are willing to pay you fairly and treat you like a human being. When you start saying no, y'all, those bad experiences get replaced with the right ones. The only thing that abundance requires is space. Once you make that space, it'll come right in. The second reason that your manifestations are flopping is that you're missing the key piece of manifesting. The key to manifesting is genuinely believing that you deserve good things. that you're worthy. And this lack of self-worth and self-love can actually be pretty insidious because it kind of hides itself. It's not super obvious. Like, it shows up as anxiety, as feeling unsure, as that scarcity mindset we just talked about. But the gag is that what you perceive to be true is true. If you perceive your manifestation is something that doesn't come easy to you, something that you're not ready for, something that you don't deserve, you're right. Manifestation is so much more than writing in a journal or pouring water in 2 cups and drinking out of one and spitting out another. I don't really know what that ritual is, but I have seen it on TikTok. I'm very confused. It's about more than that though. It's about your mindset, and it's about the moves that you're making as a result of that mindset. Your ability to manifest is based on the way that you feel about the world around you, the people around you, your reality that you're currently in. And a step further than that, it's about how you feel about yourself too. You have to be ready to receive. You have to be magnetic.
Can you say magnetic?
For your manifestation to come to you. Self-love and a sense of self-worth is key. It's key. When you love yourself, you're able to open up and love others. When you nurture yourself, you're able and willing to put in the work that it takes to get you where you want to be. Your manifestations don't have to be the biggest challenges of your life. Feel that gratitude and love for yourself in such a way that things flow easily to you. I feel like I'm doing so much of this, but I'm sitting crisscross and I have nothing to do with my hands. Sorry if that's distracting. I think a huge part of this is accepting those parts of yourself that have been holding you back and telling you that you're not worthy and telling you that you don't deserve it, and having compassion for that. Have compassion for those parts of yourself that aren't always positive and aren't always on your side and aren't always propelling you forward. That's a huge part of shadow work, and I have a whole video on that, so I will link it in the cards, but it really is about just accepting yourself for who you are and loving yourself and standing in your truth and being like, I'm gonna get this, I deserve it, I'm gonna get it, it's my time. Why not me? Nobody's perfect, and I feel like this kind of work towards being confident, loving yourself, standing in your truth, it's like a never-ending journey, but with a little time and faith in yourself, you can absolutely get what you want. The third reason why you're in your manifestation flop era, you're not listening to your intuition. Hear me out with this weird-ass analogy for a second. Your goal is your destination, right? That's where you're trying to get to. When you get in your car, this is ridiculous. It all comes together. The car that you're driving is your mindset. That's the thing that's gonna get you to your destination, to what you're manifesting. However, especially if this is a destination you've never been to before, you might need some navigation, am I right? Do we not need Google Maps? Your intuition is your Maps app. It's your navigation system. So if you're missing that navigation component, you may have a hard time finding your destination. Does that make any sense at all? And I gotta stress that we all have an intuition. We all get gut feelings. This isn't some woo-woo spiritual thing that some people can do because they're in touch with their whatever and I cannot because... No, okay? We all have an intuition, we all can do it. It's just a matter of listening to your intuition and aligning your movements with what your intuition is telling you. The first step here is being open to hearing your intuition. And you have to listen closely because sometimes it happens really quickly. Your intuition can manifest in that stomach drop feeling when you get a text from your significant other, that, oh God, what do they want? It can manifest as that floaty butterflies feeling that you get when your realtor or the property manager at the place that you visited last week calls you and is like, hey, that apartment that you looked at is open, come through, put in an application. Or it can straight up be a voice in your head that's just like, this isn't right. When your boss asks you to do something shady, fudge the numbers, whatever. Listen up for those little tells. It's not emotion, it's not anxiety, it's just a little ping, a little message, a little, in 50 feet, turn right. And when you hear your intuition, you need to trust that it's gonna take you where you need to go. It might take you on the 405 where there's, a little traffic, which if you've ever been on the 405, you know there is literally traffic at any time of the day or night. But that 15-minute traffic delay, that's on purpose. Trust your intuition, trust yourself, and be open to the idea that your intuition and your plan that you made up in your head might not be the same. They might not be aligned. In fact, a lot of the time, in my experience, they aren't. And you're like, I just got this job interview at my dream company. Why is my gut telling me that something's wrong here? Trust your gut and trust that things are gonna happen the way that they're supposed to happen. The fourth reason that your manifestations are flopping is that your ego is sabotaging them. Y'all, our egos live for being comfortable. They live for complacency. They live for predictability. When you start making moves that are breaking a familiar cycle, even if that cycle's not serving you, your ego ego can sabotage you. It really be your own ego. Damn. In my experience, the best way to overcome this cycle of being complacent and sabotaging your manifestation is to understand that you don't have to have it all figured out to start. I grew up with a love of writing, and in high school, I finally got to take my first creative writing class. Y'all, I really thought that I was gonna go into this class and leave at the end of the semester like little F. Scott Fitzgerald over here. I was like, this teacher's gonna teach me how to write the perfect poem, the perfect short story. Great Gatsby who? Odyssey who? Although the Odyssey, not my favorite. It's not your favorite either. I know it wasn't. So I walk in on the first day, and the first thing he says is, open your notebook. I'm gonna tell y'all the #1 rule to being a writer. If you don't follow this rule, you will never make it as a writer. And I'm thinking he's gonna walk us through the narrative structure or something. No, y'all, he stood up there and was like, the first and only rule to being a writer is to write, so write. And he went back to his desk and sat down and started working on stuff. I was like, what? I was so confused in that moment, but as the semester went on, I realized he was completely right. The only thing that's stopping you from being an actor is that you're not acting. The only thing that's stopping you from being a singer is that you're not singing. If you do it, you are it. Just start. Even if you're posting YouTube videos and your mom and your aunt are the only people who are watching. Even if you're singing at an open mic night and there's 2 people in the audience, just start. Manifestation requires action. You must make moves to manifest. You can't get this new amazing experience if you're just sitting around doing the same stuff you've been doing for years. We gotta switch it up. We gotta start making moves. Break that cycle of, well, it's not too bad here and I'm comfortable and like, yeah, this part kind of sucks and I'm not doing what I really want to be doing, but whatever. Break that. Stop letting your ego talk you out of doing things that are different, and just start. And reason number 5 that your manifestation is flopping, it's not flopping, you're just impatient. When I first got into manifestation and just barely started looking at it on TikTok and Reddit and things like that, I saw a lot of rituals. A lot of the TikTok girlies were like, write this note, fold it 3 times, put it under your pillow, and when you wake up in the morning, you'll have a text from him. But when you move in a way where you think that manifestation is magic, as in you do a simple little ritual like that and then you get an outcome, you're setting yourself up for a lot of disappointment. And you'll become disillusioned with the idea of manifestation when you don't even have the true idea of what it actually is. I'm saying that from experience. Manifestation is not a magic spell, it's a mindset. Thinking of manifestation as a magic spell is thinking very small, and you need to be thinking big.
Bitch, you think it's small. We need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big, bitch.
And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm not impatient with some of my manifestations, because trust and believe I am. I get very impatient. But the key is to forgive yourself for being impatient. Understand that wanting what you want and wanting it now is normal. Of course, we want good things to happen to us quickly. That makes perfect sense. But also, I like to think of my manifestations and my impatience around that the same way that I think about receiving a package, okay? Hear me out. We got another analogy coming. I ordered some new clothes online and it said that they were gonna get here in 3 to 5 days. On day 2, I was sitting there like, damn, I really wish I had those jeans. I could be wearing them right now. On day 3, I was looking out the window at the end of the day on my porch being like, did my box get delivered? I hadn't gotten an email saying that it had been delivered or anything, but I just wanted to check. When my package finally showed up on the 5th day, I was super excited, obviously. But the reason why I'm telling you this is because low-key, I was impatient. I wanted to place the order and have the clothes magically in my closet, hung up, ready to go, ideally. But not once did I doubt that they were coming. I didn't know if they were gonna show up on day 3, day 4, day 5, maybe they'd be a little delayed, show up on day 7. No clue. I just knew that they were gonna get here when they got here. I placed the order, my payment went through, I got the confirmation email, the box was gonna get here. Our manifestations are just like that. You can want it, you should want it, but you should also take comfort in the fact that it's coming no matter how many times you check the porch or check your confirmation email or look up your order number online. Your package is going to get there. And when you acknowledge that truth, you can let go and let FedEx do the damn thing. What you're manifesting, what's meant for you, is going to happen. It might not happen on the timeline that you planned in your head. It might not happen at the rate that you think it's gonna happen, but it will happen eventually. So be impatient if you want to, but don't worry about it too much. And those are the 5 reasons why your manifestations are currently in their flop era. But that's okay, because guess what? Sometimes after the biggest flop comes the biggest slay. We've seen it before and we'll see it again. So I hope you can take comfort in that. Comment down below, let me know if you have any questions, if you want to just chat, and keep me posted on your manifestations. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for all of us. I'll see you in my video next weekend. Happy manifesting. Oh.